I've been spending the day working on both the outline and coloring in the Iron Fist Marvel character styrofoam drawing. Dad said it looked pretty cool. He liked it quite a bit. At times I would stop and think about what details to include. The goal is to make the man look like he has quite a bit of muscle definition, since he's a Marvel superhero. These are Frito-Lay's scoop chips. Dip goes very well with them. I first saw those onion buns in the morning, and I knew they would at some point be put to good use. Dad let the burgers, the patties, marinate for quite a bit. He got home around 6. It's 8:43 p.m. now. I've been watching YouTube videos by the Wolf Pit, as they both worked on the styrofoam drawing and ran the Congregate game sword fight semi-idly in the background. The default sword and cloth armor grew on me, since I figured that the side sword and the chainmail aren't really compatible for the kind of character builds I'm giving my disciples, each one of which is trained by my previous disciple. Earning achievements in the game gives you some pretty good bonuses. They are quite desirable to have. I had the first round of that homemade pasta with the homemade sauce around noon, and then the second round with some kettle jalapeno chips That was around 4:30 p.m. Since I kind of want to space out my meals. I wanted to keep working on the Iron Fist Star from drawing once I really got into the thick of it. For the achievements, the Savant achievement for reaching Provost rank, basic sword familiarity with the short sword as a novice, which essentially means before winning any tournaments. That was my previous run, and I didn't even... No, wait, actually, that's my current run. It's only now that I enter tournaments, since as a novice, you're pretty much confined to level 8 opponents as your maximum. I entered tournaments as soon as I got the Savant achievement, because that achievement's bonus is to boost the rate at which you get familiarity experience by 100% for each rank you go above novice. That was a good chunk of why I, at that moment, entered in the tournaments. Yeah, entering the tournaments is a pretty good way to earn gold. And I can enter them even if I'm not at the top level for whatever level I'm at. The tournaments are a good way to earn gold, thus making it a good way to get what you need to upgrade your gear, which in my case is the cloth armor and the short sword. This both increases my damage and my health. Especially so since getting the collector achievement for having 12 different pieces of equipment in your inventory, it reduced the price of all equipment and their upgrades by 10%, thus directly making it easier to get the Master Blacksmith achievement. Though doing that will require buying a shield just to not use it, since you can't use a shield if you're on the fencing style, which That's the style I always pick, although the default is two-handed, so I always have to, at some point, manually remember to switch it to the fencing style at the start of every run. I believe the tournament comes around roughly every 8 minutes or so. The croutons are always a nice addition to every salad. It took quite a few attempts to ultimately get this monocrystal merchant building, which for me represents an entirely new building I placed within my city in Elvenar, rather than using a new building to replace an outdated building within my city. I initially had some roughly 570 spells. Picked whichever beacon of power would give me the most points for the least spells, until I had spent all of the initial spells, and then I got back all these by setting an aggressive pace of completing task sets. Here is where I am at currently. And not that much is holding me back at the moment, since I should complete it within roughly 40 minutes. When all of my manufactories are set to be done with their latest 3-hour production period. I know at some point I'll need to produce more orcs, but that increased demand is mostly going to be met by upgrading the Heroes Forge Ancient Wonder. And speaking of Ancient Wonders, I used Portal Instance to the extent of being wasteful of settlement resources in order to complete this, activate this research technology, because in all honesty, Hood, I just want to get to the Sorcerers and Dragons chapter. In a way, I got 200 diamonds for activating this research technology. Although I don't think that you're officially on the next chapter until you activate that corresponding chapter's Advanced Scouts research technology. And beacons of power giving me mana every now and then helped me to be able to get the mana needed to activate this research technology. I keep forgetting they're called Sorcerer's Knowledge. And this is the current side quest I'm on. I believe it's the last of the Wood Elven chapter.